This video will cover the applicant registration for the new BIM Grants portal. So in this video, we'll cover how to log into the new BIM Grants portal, which is this address here, eufm-bim.smartsimple.ie. You'll then click register and you'll register as an applicant. When you register as an applicant, you must complete your contact information and also the contact information for your organization if this is the first time you are logging in. Um, or if you were the first person to register as your organization. Um, if somebody else is already registered as your organization, then you can find your organization from the list of registered organizations provided, and you can just add yourself to that. Um, within this system, one person will be assigned as what's called the primary contact for any organization. And the primary contact then is give permission for anybody else to join as an applicant from that organization as well. So we'll cover all of that in this video here as well. So basic steps are we'll go to this website, eufm-bim.smartsimple.ie. Will register as an applicant, will be sent an email confirmation, which will have a link in it. We must click that link to activate our account, and then we can log in and start applying for grants. Okay, so to start, I will go to that email address, or so that web address, sorry, which is eufm-bim.smartsimple.ie. And just to note, you don't really need the www at the start. You can just type that in straight away, and that will bring you. Okay. So that brings us to the login page. And as this is our first time to log in, we must click the register button here. For this video, we are registering as an applicant. And now when you register as an applicant, you're asked to check if your organization already exists um, on the system. So here, my organization is called Joe Blogs. So JOE. I can start typing and I'll see my organization is not listed. Okay. Um, if my organization would be listed, it would pop up like this. So that's a test organization. So I would select that organization and then I would fill in the details from there. Now, just to say, if I select that organization, I fill in the details from there, an email will be sent to whoever the primary applicant from primary contact from that organization, and they must give permission for you to join first before you can log in. Okay, so for this, we'll cover that in the next few steps. For here, I'm going to register as a new organization. I'm going to set myself as the primary, and then I'll show at the end of the video if somebody else tries to log in as well, what the steps are for that. So I can see here my organization has not been registered on the system. So first I must click here to register. Okay. So here it's asking me all my organization details first. So my organization is called Joe Blogs Fishing Limited. Okay. My address will say it. Okay. And then an email will say our email address here is Joe Blogs, BIM. Okay. My organization here, I must select for my organization type. So these are all the different types that I'm going to get. So I could be an SME, a small, medium, or enterprise with 50 to 200 employees. I could be a private enterprise with less than 50 employees, or I could be a private enterprise, which a large enterprise with more than 200 people. Producer organization, maybe I'm an individual. I could be a public body. So just select from the list here of whichever you are. I'm going to go with that I am a SME, okay, with 50 to 200 employees. If I am a member of any collective or cooperative, they will all be listed here. So here's a list of all the cooperatives and collectives that are registered on the BIM Grants portal at present. If you are a member of a collective or a membership and they are not listed there, um, we will have an option here for other. Okay, so that's not there at the moment, but we will have that added in. And if it's not listed, just select other, and then we could contact you and get the co-op name and details off you and get them registered. Okay, so for the moment, I will go with Kelly Brothers. Okay, so now that's my organization details. So Joe Blogs Fishing, I've put in my address, I've given my air code, I've given my contact number, and I've said what organization type I am and my collective membership. Okay. Um, so here I must then put in my own name, so my email address. Now, my email address could be different to the organization email, and my phone number could be different to the might be different here as well. So this is my own contact information. Usually the email address, sometimes you could have that the your email address for you and for your organization is the same, but mostly it would be something like info at something like that. Okay. So try and give the organization the standard organization email address if you can when registering, and then give your own email address here. Okay. So I'm going to tick this box here. So here I've given my organization details, I've given my own contact information. I'm going to hit submit. Okay, and you'll get this registration confirmation message saying thank you for registering. And so an email address will have been sent to me now just to activate my account. So I'm just going to go back to my email here and let's just check here. Yes, so I've received an email here from Grants at BIM and it gives me a link here to activate my account. So when I'm activating my account, it's going to ask me to set up a password. Now, just to show, your password must be at least 8 characters long. It must have at least one lowercase letter in it. It must have an uppercase letter in it. Must have a one number and must have one special character in it. Okay, so a special character could be an at symbol, a star, um, a exclamation mark, something like that. So just have a mixture of capital letters, lowercase letters, put a number in there and put like an asterisk, question mark, a star, or an at symbol in there as well. Okay. So, okay. And then once ready, I will hit submit. Okay. And now I'm logged into the portal. So this is what the new BIM grants portal will look like. So from here, any available grants on the system, there's none at the moment. So any available grants will be listed here. You will click here and you'll get a list of all grants that are that you can apply for. You can click in here for my profile and you can update your own profile details. Okay, so within here, you'll see that when you were on the registration page, originally we were just asked for organization details. So you're best off to update your own contact details from here if you can. Okay, and then once you're done, hit submit profile. Just update this really quick. Okay, and I can hit submit. I can either save but best off just hit submit and that will kind of blank out my profile there. That's been updated. Okay, so anytime I want to get back anywhere, just hit the home button over here. Okay, I can also go into my organization profile from here and I can see my organization details. And I also have an option here that if there is any agents on the system, that I can also attach them from here. Okay, so only the primary contact of the organization can do this. So I don't think I'm set as the primary contact at the moment. So I think when it comes into BIM, BIM will register your organization and they will set you as the primary contact of the organization. Okay, so once that's done, you will then have an option from in here to also to add agents from a list here as well. Okay, so we'll cover that at the end of the video. So within here, sorry, any available grants that are listed will be here. I can update my profile from here. I can update my organization details and I can assign an agent from here once I am the primary contact. I will also have an option here for frequently asked questions. So this has different questions here and it also tells you who is the primary contact. So here, Joe Blogs is the primary contact of my organization. So if anybody else logs in and they're logged in and assigned to your organization, they can see who the primary contact is there. That's listed, okay? Also, you'll have options of how do I accept my letter of offer, how do I apply for a grant, and this will be populated over time. Okay. Uh, once I've applied for a grant, you'll see when I start an application form, it goes into what's called drafting stage. So any application form that you have saved and not sent into BIM or not submitted at any stage will be listed here, and you can save any application and log out and pick up from where you left off by going into the draft section here. Once then submitted into BIM, they'll be listed here. If your application is sent back to you and you're asked to make any changes, that will be listed here also. Um, and then you'll see awards or declined. And so the list kind of populates across from here and everything gets listed. You also have shortcuts here as well. If you need to, if anything is sent back to you, you will have it here. Your claims will also be listed here. And if any information is requested to you from your claim, it will be populated here as well. This here is anybody who registers as an applicant on your organization, because we are set as the primary applicant here. So I'm going to then, just as the second part of this video, I'm going to log out. I'm going to register as a different applicant, and then assign myself to this organization, and then we'll show as the primary contact how you can add them into the organization as well. So I just pause here for one moment. We're back now at the registration page, and this is just to show if somebody wants to register. So if you want to register as an applicant and your organization has already been registered, or this will also show what the primary contact of the organization has to do as well. So let's say I'm registering and my organization is already there. So I put in here Joe Blogs Fishing. So I select it from the contact there, and let's say I'm called Jim Blogs. Okay, and my email is jimblogs at gmail.com. Okay, I'll put in a phone number and hit that button there and hit submit. Now what happens here is you'll see the difference here is that I haven't received any email. No email has been sent to me to tell me to log in or anything like that. So what has to happen here is that it just says, thank you for registering. So the organization has been informed that you have tried to register. And when the organization has been informed that you have tried to register, what happens here is that the primary contact of that organization will receive a notification telling them that someone has tried to register on that organization as part of their organization, and it's going to ask them to review this and either give permission or not to give permission. This is the email address for the primary contact, Joe Blogs, that we had set up earlier. And Joe has just received a notification here. So this is a notification that Jim Blogs is requesting to have access to be part of your company. So as the existing primary contact of the organization, you will need to provide confirmation of these user registrations. So please log in to verify. Okay. So I'm going to log in now again as the primary contact, which we set up earlier, which was Joe. So again, I don't need to go through the setup. I'm just going to go back to the login page here. And here I won't need to register because I've already done this. So I just need to do this as Joe Blogs at BIM Yahoo. Okay, I'll put in my password and I'll log in. Okay, so this is me logging in as the primary contact, and you'll see here that I've got now new organization applicant pending. Okay, so there's the number one beside this. So this, again, I've got my email telling me to do this, and I'm just going to log in here. And this says here is the name of the person who has it said that they are part of your organization. Okay, so you can see their first name, their email address, and the date that they tried. So I can hit open on this. So I can either say this is a valid person, they do work for me, or I can say invalid, I don't know who that person is. And so basically, if that person selected the wrong company, they'll be informed that they've been said that they don't work for that company. So they'll have to either pick a different organization or register a new organization like we did at the start. So let's say Jim does work for us. I will hit valid. Are you sure? And we'll say yes. Okay. And now what will happen is that Jim will be able to log in. Jim will receive an email like we did earlier, giving us a link and telling us to create a password. And then when Jim logs in, Jim will be able to log in and submit applications on behalf of this organization. Okay. So just to show here at the start of the video, I wasn't able to do much because I wasn't assigned as the primary applicant. So that has to go into BIM first to review the organization profile and set it as active on the system. You're still able to apply for any grants. So any grants that will be listed here or will be in the available grants section. The moment there is none live on the system. But also just since I have been added as the primary contact of the organization, I have this part here, but I can also do this option here where I can add an agent. So you'll see here at the start of the video, I didn't have this option here. So since I've been assigned as the primary contact, I can assign an agent to work to represent me. So let's say any agents that are registered on the system will be listed here. So at the moment, it's only Jane. So I will select Jane as my agent and hit add contact there. So an agent is someone that you can hire to fill in application forms on your behalf. Okay, so you may you may want to do this, you may not want to do this, but if you do have an agent, you must assign them from the list here. You must also fill in this agent permission form, which you will fill in and sign, and then they will use that as permission for to act on to fill in applications on your behalf. So that's the full registration process. I hope this was of help to you. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at grants@bim.ie. Thank you.